Hello, it's the Sinister Game here with a new stream. In the stream, I'm going to be going over the event week for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. So starting off, of course, the only money opportunity for this week is 3 times money RP on Motor Wars. At least since there is only the one money opportunity, at least it's 3 times rather than 2 times or even less. Like they usually do for import-export, they usually only do that less than 2 times anymore. So yeah, sadly the only way to get an increased amount of money this event week is by playing Motor Wars. And by the way, for those who don't know what Motor Wars is, it's essentially like the Battle Royale kind of mode in this game, I would say. Pretty sure like the area and whatnot gets smaller over time and whatnot. So I'm pretty sure it's like Battle Royale kind of mode. Not that Red Dead doesn't have its own kind of mode like that, but still. At least this game doesn't have its own like battle pass kind of fucking thing. At least there isn't that for this game. It's apparently everyone these days has to do with some dumb battle royale mode and some fucking and then some fucking battle pass rip-off feature shit. I really like the way they do in Red Dead though, honestly. But still, I think battle royales and fucking battle passes are over fucking done for sure. So yeah, it's going to be a boring event week for those who aren't really into battle royale, I would say. Yeah, I think Motor Wars, I think it's one of the better paying adversary modes from what I've experienced before. Not sure if pay is pretty much the same for every adversary mode, or if it like varies heavily between adversary modes. But yeah, 3 times you could maybe get like upwards to like around 100k, maybe a little over if you do really good in it. So it can be quite an okay way to make money. Honestly, you're just better off doing the regular ways of making money that you would otherwise do. So it's very easy to treat this event week as if there is no money opportunities, since you would probably honestly be a lot better off just doing free mode stuff like businesses and VIP work and whatnot. So sadly there's not really much of a strategy aside for playing Motor Wars for this event week for the money opportunities, because it is literally the only money opportunity. Also, a podium vehicle for this week is the Zion Classic, which I'm pretty sure was from the previous DLC, the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC. But yeah, I think it's probably going to be in the Sports Classic class, so it's probably not going to be very good. So yeah, sadly, since it's in the Sports Classic class, most likely it's probably not really good at all when it comes to racing. So really, if you want this vehicle, just know you're pretty much only going to want it for customization. Don't really expect it to do good in any races or anything, since I doubt there's any possibility that's in any other class sites for Sports Classics. So yeah, this podium vehicle, I would say it's kind of one that you can easily skip out on compared to the Vagrant, I believe, from last week, which was one of the best in its class. This one's mainly just for customization purposes. I say that with quite confidence for sure. Definitely don't think it's going to do anyone really well in races, unless for some reason a lot of people in races go for a lot of the lesser vehicles. I'm sure there's quite the people, of course, that use the competitive vehicles. So I doubt it's even like top 5 or 10 in lap time for a Sports Classic. And I'm pretty sure it's on San Andreas. I'll talk about it, I guess, a little bit, unless I can't think of anything else to mention that I've already not mentioned or whatever. So yeah, by getting the Uber Max Zion Classic, you're saving $812,000. Plus, it seems that it comes with a livery as well. So if you want that particular livery, we'll save another like 10 to 20-ish thousand. So yeah, nowhere near like the best of savings they've ever done when it comes to the wheel. I think the king of that goes to the... Yeah, I think the king of that kind of goes to the like Formula 1 car they've done. Yeah, I think I pretty much mentioned all I needed to mention with this. Also, fun fact about this vehicle, a couple fun things about it. One is if you get the Princess Robot Bubblegum livery, it will have like a body pillow in it, which is quite hilarious. That's something kind of unique about it for customizations. And then I believe if you get the lowest suspension option as well, the wheels kind of like get angled or something. So it kind of gives it like a lowrider kind of feel or something like that. Basically, it kind of becomes very low to the ground if you do the low suspension option compared to other vehicles. Hard for me to explain, but I think the wheels just basically become angled on the lowest suspension option compared to a lot of the other vehicles in the game. But yeah, once again, in conclusion, it's really only going to be good for customizations. I'm not very sure, though, on its like placement in lap time or top speed. It's not one I really remember all that well. But refer to Bruffy 1322 if you're curious about how it performs in lap time and top speed. Probably in the Sports Classic class, which is why I'm saying it's probably not going to be very good, because it doesn't look all that fast, of course. It's going to be one of those Sport Classic vehicles that are pretty much purely for customization. But yeah, before I go on any further with the stream, I want to make sure my microphone audio is being recorded here. Alright, good, and it's fine. Also, yeah, there is a login reward for this week. It's one of the more interesting login rewards, I would say, in this DLC so far. I don't know if they've done any livery login rewards yet, but they finally done one for this, like, DLC, of course. So there's the Knuckle Duster livery for the Team of 2 Kanjali and then the Avenger now. And typically with these deliveries, they give out they're free, so you don't gotta worry about having like 20,000 or whatever for them. So that's definitely quite nice. So it might be worth checking that out if you, for some reason, want to check delivery out and see if it comes like your favorite one, because it's probably not going to cost. In fact, I might check them out and see if I want delivery at all on those two vehicles. So I believe for property discounts, and by the way, the rest of the stream pretty much consists of the discounts already. Simply because there's not much to talk about Besides for discounts, there's not much to talk about aside for the triple money RP on the Motor Wars, which I've already talked about. But yeah, the couple of property discounts for this week are affecting the facilities. So I'm pretty sure facilities are half off, or 60% off even for Twitch Prime, which is really good. So yeah, if you're Twitch Prime like me, you can get the cheapest facility for $500,000. That's not bad at all, honestly. Definitely not. So this is definitely a very good week to jump into a facility if you have not already. Even at half off, that's still $625,000, which is still not bad. And then yeah, I'm pretty sure facility modifications are 60% off or 70% off, whether you have Twitch Prime or not. So if you have Twitch Prime, you can get the frickin' orbital cannon for $270,000, which is quite funny. Yeah, 70% off for the security room for Twitch Prime. That's $232,500. So basically, you can get the best of the like customizations in the cheapest facility for a little over $1 million if you're Twitch Prime. Definitely very good, and you'll easily make that money back if you have not jumped into Heist at least. So the most expensive for the Toledo Bay or cheapest facility is about 1.4 mil with Twitch Prime, or of course it's going to be higher for not Twitch Prime. There's also a couple more things actually on this website I need to go over as well. However, they only pertain to Twitch Prime, so these couple things are the one thing on here with Twitch Prime that is not going to be for regular players. But yeah, one of the nightclubs is like 80% off or something like that right now, so that's pretty good. Yes. So the Mission Row nightclub for Twitch Prime is 80% off. So that gets it from all the way from $1,440,000 to $288,000. Which is about 1.2 million in savings just for the base property. Which personally for me that could be better in my one at the airport for sure, but because obviously I have my hangar in Fort Zancudo, because obviously it gets me access to Fort Zancudo, I do want to keep my fucking nightclub by the airport, because I think it's really nice to have something that major at the airport. Gives me more of a reason to go there. So yeah, I'll personally be keeping my nightclub the same, but yeah, definitely great to go for the Mission Row nightclub for Twitch Prime. And I'm just curious what the most expensive stuff will be. Can't really do those though since I have them. So yeah, not including the like 30,000 of the nightclub name change. That would, including that would be like 1.5 mil. And the storage upgrades and garages. If you don't already have those are going to add the cost a bit up. So yeah, pretty fully customized nightclub for like around 2 to 3 mil, which is quite nice. That one's kind of in the middle of the city as well, so it's kind of a good location. I don't see anything all that bad about the most expensive ones up here. But still, personally for me, I'm fine with my airport one since I kind of want something major down here, and obviously I don't have a hangar there because it's more important to have one at Fort Zancudo. And then there's one more property thing exclusive to Twitch Prime. That's on Dynasty 8 Executive. However, sadly with this one, I think it's the cheapest office. Yes. And also, sadly, I cannot show this one off since I do have it with the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack. So I can't really show that off since that prevents really any discount from showing up on the actual office. So yeah, if for some reason you don't have an office, then Maze Bank West is 80% off. I believe this one on normal, like, money, no discount, I believe is $1 million, so 80% off of that's $200K for an office. I think that's the most expensive one, a power broker, and I think that's $1 million for the decor there, so you would probably have to add another $1 million for that. So you'll probably pay around the high 1 mil to low 2 mil range if you want to get a fully customized office for those on Twitch Prime that for some reason not have an office, or for some reason want to downgrade their like property or something. So yeah, a couple really good property things. While the location for the office sucks, considering it's the cheapest one, considering it's the cheapest office for one of the discounts, of course, for Twitch Prime, it kind of sucks. I wish it was the actual Maze Bank, or at least Arcadius, or the other one instead of that, but whatever. With 80% off on this would probably be in the, like, low to mid 1 mil range, I think, just for the property itself, which would be very good. But nope, of course they went with the cheapest office. I'm very glad they didn't do that with the nightclub, though, for sure. It's definitely nice they took more care of it with the, like, nightclub. They gave it actual, like, decent-ish nightclub, I would say. Probably not the best nightclub, but it is kind of in the middle of the city, which could be nice compared to some other ones. That's pretty much all I have to mention about the Twitch Prime discounts. And also, these Twitch Prime discounts seem to expire next week. Sometimes they do Twitch Prime discounts that last 2 weeks, so do know those Twitch Prime discounts only seem to last from a week, for a single week. I believe I saw on a splash loading screen it said that the Twitch Prime will change next week compared to like in 2 weeks like they do sometimes. And yeah, that should be it for property discounts. That should be it for property discounts. So the rest of the discounts should be vehicle discounts. And like other discounts related to vehicles. Basically vehicles and vehicle modification discounts should be the last bunch of discounts. However, before I go into vehicle discounts, before I forget, I should go over the time trials and whatnot. So yeah, premium race for this weekend. Yeah, premium race for this event week is Muscle In for the muscle class. I believe the regular Yosemite is probably still pretty top tier on here, same with like the click and whatnot, so the class is pretty much relatively the same, considering you can't use the Arena War ones with the boost, of course. So yeah, those are kind of the best couple options that come to the top of my head for the muscle class. Maybe vehicles like the Pisswasser Dominator and maybe the Duke of Death as well. There's a couple more of the good options for the muscle class. But for all details on like uptime and top speed of muscle cars, or for the roughly 1322. Also, I believe the premium race changes a couple more times throughout this event week. So I believe this one might only be for today, and there might be 2 other premium races for the rest of the event week. So yeah, there's that. RC Bandito time trial for this week is Cemetery. Also, I believe I usually do the regular time trial first, but whatever. I do have a time trial guide on the Cemetery, by the way, so that might be worth checking out for those who want to beat the Cemetery time trial. And I'm not entirely sure, honestly, if that's an easy or hard one, as I haven't made all my time trial guides for RC Bandito time trials. Regardless, it's kind of on a case-to-case basis if it's going to be hard or not, I would say. And then the regular time trial for this week is Up Chiliad, not to be confused with Down Chiliad. Up Chiliad is probably a much easier one than Down Chiliad, I would say. But yeah, basically your best bet, I would say, for pretty much any time trial would be motorcycles and supercars. Well, for this one, I probably wouldn't recommend a supercar, maybe more of an off-road vehicle, or a supercar with off-road tires, maybe, even. But yeah, I don't think supercars are going to be all that good for this one. And also do keep in mind, since the previous DLC, they have disabled the ability to use rocket-boosted vehicles in time trials. So yeah, for motorcycles, the best couple vehicles, or best few vehicles for motorcycles would be the Shotaro, which corners really nicely, and you can also get the like speed boost by pushing forward or backwards with the stick on that vehicle, compared to most towards one or the other. The Hakuchou drag would be right underneath the Shotaro, I'm pretty sure, at least in the lap time. Probably top speed as well, actually. Hakuchou drag, that one you sadly can't wheelie with, but I believe you can still get a speed boost with the Hakuchou drag by leaning back with the stick. I believe it's also one of 2 vehicles that get the speed boost by leaning backwards with the stick. The other one being like the Nightblade or something. So do keep that in mind if you're going to use a Hakuchou drag. But it's basically a cheap man's Shotaro, since like 2 or 3 times around there, like less than the Shotaro. And then the Akuma and Body 801. If you want to go with a much cheaper motorcycle than the Hakuchou drag and Shotaro, then the Akuma and Body 801 would be the next best 2. I'm very positive. So those should all be kind of good options for a Chiliad, or even something like the Sanchez or something, due to having off-road tires. And also, I'd be pretty curious if you could like use this Hihio Sanchez and still win the time trial. That would be quite interesting. But you'll probably want an upgrade Sanchez rather than the CO one. But I believe basically it goes from here to like where the cable cart building is around there. And I believe Down Chiliad's basically from there to like down here for when Down Chiliad comes out again. Which, trust me, that one's much harder than the Up Chiliad that's out right now. believe it's probably one of the hardest time trials. However, I haven't played any of the newer time trials, 10 like new regular time trials, so I don't really know in that regard. If there's one that beats down Chiliad at that point. So yeah, of course, if you do good enough in those 2 time trials, that'll be a good 200k. Considering there's not very much event week stuff going on with money opportunities for this week, might be kind of worth doing the time trials for this week. Alright, so going into the first discount here, there will be 60% off of the LG Retro Custom. So yeah, I went on Benny's because obviously you have to go into Benny's to upgrade to the LG Retro Custom. But because it's an upgraded vehicle, you will not see the discount on the website. To see the discount, you have to take a LG RH8 into Benny's or any other substitute to Benny's, such as like the modification things in the executive workshops, in order to see that discount. But yeah, if you want to upgrade a LG RH8 to a LG Retro Custom, that's 60 to 70% off whether you have Twitch Prime or not. And considering it's a free vehicle for most people, it's probably a pretty big like price normally, so it might be quite a good discount for sure. However, I do believe the LG Retro Custom does perform worse than the regular LG, which for the longest time was the best sports car in the game. I believe it was till like the Doomsday Heist DLC pretty much, which finally dethroned the LG RH8. But still, it's probably within like the top 5 to 10 still, so it's still very good if you want a regular RH8, of course. And I would assume the LG Retro Custom's not too far under that. It probably turns from like a sports to sports classic vehicle, unless it just stays sports. Which in that case, yeah, I don't think it should drop too much below the RH8. But yeah, obviously it's going to be very good for customizations, considering it's an upgrade Benny's vehicle. And also about the worst performance of the LG Retro Custom, it actually makes sense technically, because it's a retro version of the LG, so since you're technically turning it to an older model, definitely don't be surprised that I warned people that may watch this part that it is going to perform worse than the RH8. So yeah, definitely kind of a good one to get, I would say. Don't think its performance is too much impacted by the upgrade. But yeah, it will be downgraded from the original RH8 since it's a retro custom. By the way, there's nothing on the Arena War site or the Elitist site. But yeah, the one vehicle discount for Legendary Motorsports for this event week is the Debauche Wagner. And this is going to be 50 to 60% off whether you got Twitch Prime or not. And the Debauche Wagner, of course, is in the Super Class. And for the longest time, till the Diamond Casino Resort DLC, I believe the previous DLC, of course, the Wagner was top dog for like 2 damn years. So it was very good for the longest time. However, now it's been dethroned by a couple to few vehicles, similar to how I explained how the LG RH8 in the sports class used to be the best vehicle for like. That one was actually like the best vehicle for quite a few years, even in the sports class. This was the best for like a couple years till the previous DLC. And as for the one supercar in the current DLC, Diamond Casino Heist, Fury I believe was like 16th place in lap time, so that's way underneath the Wagner. So yeah, really only a couple to a few of the like supercars from the Diamond Casino Resort DLC are like the only better options in the Wagner. So what that basically means is the Wagner should still be very competitive, so it's definitely not going to be a big mistake to invest into a Wagner. Like yeah, there's obviously better options now. I'll go into some of the better options from what I know. But yeah, I believe the S80RR is one of the ones that surpassed the Wagner. I don't think so on the Neo or the Frax. I don't think those surpassed it. But then the Emirates and the Krieger. The Emirates and the Krieger are basically the top two for the superclass, by the way. So that would also be your best options if you want to go chance a like supercar on like the Chiliad time trial. Those would probably be the best options if you want to try a supercar, since you can't do Vigilante anymore as of the previous DLC on time trials. So yeah, Wagner should still be like in the top 5 for lap time, and not entirely sure on top speed for the Wagner. But either way, if there's a lot of turning in a race, it'll still be pretty good for using the Wagner if you want to go a cheaper option, especially for this 7 week where it's half off the 60% off if you have Twitch Prime or not. So hopefully I explained the worth and like value of the Wagner for these days in GTA Online. And before I go into Warstock, I will make sure I covered every single discount at this point. Alright, yes, I covered everything, besides for what's on Warstock. So yeah, the Avenger is on a 60% or 70% off discount if you have Twitch Prime or not. So that's insane, honestly. You're almost going to only pay like a quarter of the initial price of the Avenger if you have Twitch Prime. Or of course a decent bit over half the price. Or a decent bit less than half the price you'll have to spend if you don't have Twitch Prime. So the Avenger is very valuable for this week. However, I will say the Avenger is not a very necessary investment in this game. However, I do highly recommend it regardless of it not being very necessary. So yeah, obviously for customizations, you got interior, of course, just put that to your liking. Gun turret. The gun turret weapons are essentially the same weapon that's on the MOC, of course, but you can fly with this vehicle, so it has a lot more versatility compared to the MOC. So in terms of the MOC and the Avenger wins when it comes to its weaponry, I would say. Just because you can go so much more places and you can go faster than with this than MOC and whatnot. And also you can turn this into its VTOL mode and everyone can use the guns if no one wants to like fly it or anything. And you can also switch to seats as well on this, unlike the MOC, where you have to actually get out of the seat and go into a seat rather than just switching to them on the fly. So yeah, weaponry wise, the MOC, not MOC, but weaponry wise, the Avenger definitely wins. And also you have the option for bombs. And then I believe with the After Hours DLC or something like that, they did add like flares and whatnot as well to the Avenger, which it did not initially have. So that's also a thing as well. But I don't think Pilot can control that since it has the VTOL mode. So I think you do have to have a passenger in order to use the flares. So that's something to know with the Avenger as well. And then yeah, Vehicle Workshop. Vehicle Workshop as well is 60 to 70% off, whether you have Torch Prime or not. So while it's probably not necessarily all that much like normally, it's definitely a very nice discount to have. And Vehicle Workshop, honestly, the Vehicle Workshop and the Weapon Workshop aren't very necessary anymore either. Not necessarily. Gun turret's not necessarily all that needed either, considering you can also get the weapons on MOC. But yeah, I recommend the gun turrets on the Avenger over the MOC if you want to just choose one of those. But yeah, as for the Vehicle Workshop, any vehicles from the Doomsday Heist can be modified in the MOC as well. And Weapon Workshop. Weapon Workshop, you can get one for like the Arena War, like Arena or whatever, of course. And then I believe there's also one in the new like arcade property and whatnot as well. And then Terabyte and MOC also have Weapon Workshops. So again, it's not really all that needed. But yeah, this thing has a fuck ton of explosive resistance as well. I believe it's slightly better in explosive resistance than MOC. And of course, it also flies, which is quite good. Damn. Finally, some dumb fuck nigger gets on my way. But yeah, I'll show off deliveries right now before I forget by any chance. Obviously, it's the same livery for the Avenger and the Team O2 Kanjali, which, by the way, that is another one of the free like vehicle discounts on Warstock right now. So do keep that in mind. That's the reason why those two particular vehicles got delivery over other ones that may have needed it more. So I know for a fact I'm not going to want it on here, but I might change my team up to Conjali livery to the Knuckle Duster one, because I really don't like how they overuse the gun running liveries, but I do like this free login reward one I've given before for the Avenger I already have. So here's the new Knuckle Duster livery. And honestly, it's pretty simple, I feel. Would have expected there to be more design on this one, I feel. But it's just nothing but symbols, at least on black it is. At least on black it's not. Yeah, some Rockstar logos, Knuckle Dusters, hence the name. Lightning bolts, etc, etc. I don't know if that's like adrenaline pills for that last one, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I don't care for it on here. Definitely not. I feel like this one a lot better. However, I might put it on here. Except actually, I do like my chrome paint with this gun running livery I have on, actually, so I probably won't. I don't know why all the horns are showing up as new, but whatever. Alright, it seems to be only the second free livery for the Knuckle Duster, except I think there might have been one that was exclusive as well, for those that digitally pre-ordered Red Dead Redemption 2 or something like that. So there might have been a third one or something, I forget. Okay, yeah, I don't really want that on here either, I'll be honest. So okay, maybe it is as ugly as I think I saw people mentioning. Yeah, I think I looked on Foxy Snaps, like Twitter or something, and people are like calling the livery ugly when there was at least like 2 people at the time I saw saying that. Honestly, I kind of agree. I would have expected like a pattern in all those empty spaces that there weren't like those symbols and shit. Because doesn't like the Centennial be multicolor do that or something? I forget it. Either way, I'll go over the rest of the discounts in my facility. But yeah, going back into the discounts here. Hopefully I gave good details on the Avenger and how it's worth it. There actually is probably one more thing I should mention about the Avenger. Is the Avenger doesn't provide any money opportunity. The MOC provides the mobile operations, which allows you to get the trade prices for the gun running vehicles. So of course you could just unlock the trade prices and be done with those, of course, but they do put mobile operations on 2 times money RP, very rarely. And then Terabyte has the really good client jobs. The Avenger doesn't have any of that though, so if you're one that likes to unlock a lot of money opportunities in order to have more to do in the game, the Avenger is not really going to provide anything like the MOC and Terabyte do. So technically it's the least necessary between these two for that reason. Regardless, I do recommend the Avenger. And god damn it, I just realized I wasn't even spinning the wheel extra for the JB700W like I should have been. So I guess I'll be buying that shit at full price at some point, I don't fucking know. I completely forgot that was on the fucking wheel last time, god damn it. But yeah, last couple discounts for the event week is the Mammoth Thruster. And if Thruster is a 50% off discount or a 60% off discount, whether you have Twitch Prime or not. And the Thruster, it's not one of the best vehicles for making money, definitely not, when it doesn't have very good missiles and it has limited capacity missiles as well. Not to mention if you spam the missiles, you actually end up with 16 instead of the intended like 30 or whatever. But yeah, I have an entire review on the Mammoth Thruster jetpack, so I'm not going to go into any more details of it. But I say this is a very good investment personally, and I give a lot of reasons for why in my vehicle review on the Mammoth Thruster. However, since I don't have a review on the Kajali, I'll be going in depth with this one. So yeah, TMO 2 Kajali is also 50% off or 60% off whether you have Twitch Prime or not. And yeah, obviously it's a tank, so you're not really going to get shot inside of it, which is great. It's not like the APC or the Scarab where you can get shot inside of it because there's no windows. It's similar to like the Rhino and whatnot. And then also for a tank, this has an impressive amount of weaponry as well. So for the driver obviously uses the cannon. There's the stock cannon and then there's the railgun cannon. Honestly, you'll be pretty fine with the regular cannon. Only reason you want to get the railgun cannon is if you want slightly more range with the gun. But if range isn't an issue for you and with the stock cannon, it might be worth just keeping the stock cannon. Because getting a railgun cannon does not add any extra power, it just adds range to the gun. So yeah, that's basically all that needs to be known about the railgun cannon. Is that the explosive damage, the damage output's the same between both cannons. Just only difference is the range once again. Passenger seat uses the machine gun, of course, which is definitely the second best weapon on here. Obviously provides very good coverage for the railgun cannon, since there's not really a cooldown on it. And I definitely think it's probably one of the more powerful machine guns in the game as well. I would definitely think so. I doubt it would take 2 minutes to destroy a civilian vehicle like I believe other machine guns do, like on the Night Shark and whatnot. And then the 2 back passenger seats have the grenade launchers. And the grenade launchers sadly have, I believe the grenade launchers have limited ammo compared to the other weapons. And also the angles that you can shoot the grenade launchers at aren't very good. So yeah, that's basically all that needs to be known about the weapons. And unlike with the Rhino, the TMO2 Kajali does not like explode vehicles when it runs into them. So don't expect to be blowing vehicles up just by running into them like you can with the Rhino and like the Chernobog, for example. But regardless, the weapons are very good on that, so that shouldn't really be an issue. And then the explosive resistance on this thing is very good as well. I believe it takes like 7 to 8 like explosions whether you're inside the vehicle or not. It's one of those vehicles where it doesn't matter if you're inside of it or not. It still blows up in the same amount of like explosions, I'm pretty sure. And I would definitely expect the bullet resistance to be pretty good, but you probably mainly have to just worry about explosives, I would say, for sure. Unless someone uses like a minigun or something. But all in all, this is a much better like version of the Rhino in a sense. And it's definitely really good to have. It's definitely really good against griefers and whatnot. It's definitely really good to, for not getting like killed against like griefers and stuff. It's probably an okay. It's probably an okay weaponized vehicle to go against annoying like tryhards and like press Mark 2s and stuff. But surely there's better options. However, sadly, this is not going to be good for making money. So that's what the like thruster has over the Kajali, is it can be good for making money. Same with the Avenger, because their air vehicles have quick mobility, whereas this is basically the complete opposite. So really, you're probably only going to be doing VIP work, and yeah, mainly just VIP work. I was about to say heist, but you can't use it in heists. So pretty much just VIP work you're going to be using this for, most likely. If anything. Because you'll probably most definitely have a better option anyways for making money. But either way, for what the Kanjali is good at, I do highly recommend getting it. So honestly, in a sense, all the vehicle discounts are kind of worth it for this week. There's some really insane discounts, I would say, for this event week, which is great. Only bad thing, though, is that the only money opportunity is that adversary mode, so that's not very good. But obviously, you can just stick to your, like, normal ways of making money with, like, businesses and stuff. You'll be just fine for going for these discounts easily. But I hope I did a good job recommending, like, what's good and what's not with vehicles and whatnot. And hopefully I did a good job conveying which ones are good and which ones aren't. In fact, I would say all the vehicle discounts are worth it, again. In some way, shape, or form. Unlike most event weeks where there's at least one that's not very good to get, aside for customization or personal preference, of course. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this event week, I would say. I think I should have done a very good job there, explaining everything. Alright. Before I ended, I decided to make sure, of course, that I covered every single discount. So yeah, I should have covered everything there is to talk about over this event week. That's finally going to be it for the stream. Next stream will either be me finally doing one of my extra streams for this game or Red Dead Online, such as like the Pacific Standard Heist, or the rest of the like Moonshiner story missions, for example. One of those two will probably be my next like extra stream. However, if I don't do one, then I'll probably be streaming again for the next Red Dead Online event week stream. And also, by the way, I did work on more thumbnails and stuff. So I'm not too far away from getting all the thumbnails done at this rate, since I've done a couple more times recently, like in the past day or two. So I only have like 50-ish to like 60-ish thumbnails left to make, I think, and some are even going to be like duplicates, just changing like numbers and stuff. And also, I don't talk about other games and stuff much on this channel and stuff, but I'm a big fan of all three companies, of course. I don't really pick a favorite, I like them all, pretty much. And I did watch the Nintendo Direct Mini, and I gotta say, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Editions have been looking very damn good, for sure. Definitely want to give that game a try, and it's even releasing my birthday month, which is great. And it finally gives me a reason to like dust off my Wii U and play it again, since it came my Switch a couple months ago. I haven't played it much at all, besides for like GBA Virtual Console, like rarely. But yeah, that's finally be it for the stream. Just want to talk about something with like other games for once, in a sense. Not that it's going to be relevant to this channel or anything, but yeah. If I haven't said already, if I've said it already, this will finally be it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed.